Nothing screams riches and luxury like a huge mansion, all-inclusive with an amazing backyard space and pool, personal garage, and perhaps an indoor gym. All the good financial decisions you can think of. Movie stars, musicians, idols, famous businessmen, and all the other kinds of celebrities have their share of big, extravagant homes. Today, we will look at the house that took the word mansion to a whole nother dimension. In fact, it's the biggest house on Earth. Situated in the most unlikely of areas, this mammoth of a home has 6 entire floors reserved for supercars only, and hundreds of other eye-popping characteristics. But if you want to hear about the most expensive and bizarre room in this house, you'll have to stay until the end. When we think of big houses, we usually think of a mansion on an open plot, a huge driveway to an equally big garage. Believe it or not, the driveway of the biggest house on the planet is no bigger than the ordinary house. This is because this mansion is actually a 27-floor building located in a busy street in one of the busiest cities in the world. Antilla is the name of this architectural wonder located in Mumbai, India. You can't miss this unique building as it stands next to other corporate and residential plots overlooking the Arabian Sea. Although it is 27 floors high, some floors have such high ceilings that this building actually could have been a 60-story skyscraper. This weird design was not only done for the looks, but also for function. This building can survive an 8 Richter scale earthquake. Each of the 27 floors is unique by design, and no 2 floors share the same floor plan. The architects responsible for this masterpiece are none other than Perkins and Will from Chicago, United States. The interior design was done by Leighton Holding from Australia. The cost of this 568 feet skyscraper is estimated to be around $2 billion. That makes it the second most expensive residential property in the world. The first being the Buckingham Palace, which is about $5 billion. But the Buckingham Palace is said to be a crown property, while Antilla is completely private. The owner of this house is Mukesh Ambani and is currently the 10th richest man in the world and CEO of Reliance Industries. Ambani owns businesses across India like Reliance, which is one of the most profitable companies in India. Recently in 2020, Reliance Industries became the first Indian company to cross $200 billion in market capitalization. Ambani's massive amount of taxes that he pays has gotten him secret connections in Indian government, as he illegally has a helipad on his mansion, yet the government has pretended as if he doesn't. Before we enter the house, let us take time to understand his peculiar name. Antilla is named after a phantom island situated in the Atlantic Ocean. A phantom island is an island that isn't shown on any maps, a ghost island if you will. This island was on nautical maps during the 15th century Age of Exploration. Antilla was also known as the Isle of the Seven Cities. It is said that the bishops fleeing from the Muslim conquest fled to an island and made 7 settlements there. The island is rectangular in shape. Maybe that's why Mukesh Ambani, the owner of this house, saw fit to name his home after it. Now let's take a look inside the mansion that is Ambani's. The bottom 6 floors are all cars. Yes, 6 entire floors for cars only. Housing approximately 168 of them to be exact. Ranging from luxury to sports, the family has one hell of a car collection. All the cars are serviced regularly in the in-house service station on one of the bottom 6 floors. They have also made arrangements to beat the busy Mumbai traffic by having not 1 but 3 helipads on the roof. You might think that's crazy, but for a billionaire, it seems pretty reasonable. As we previously mentioned, even though it isn't legal to own a helipad in a residential property, no one has taken any action against Antilla. The walls of this building, including the car lot, have green plants growing on them, which are automatically watered, because why not? As we leave the car lot and go higher up, let's use one of the 9 elevators in the building. Yes, you heard that right, 9 elevators. Separate elevators for the staff, guests, and members of the family. A good life for servants, you say? Well, there are 600 of them. 100 per member of the family. From hairstylists, makeup professionals, drivers, bodyguards, cleaners, plumbers, cooks, electrical technicians, to personal trainers, yoga teachers, and pilots. They all have their own bedrooms as well. So where were we? Oh yes, inside the elevator. We will now reach the 2-story recreation center. These 2 floors have an open garden and pool, a gym, a juice bar, a dance studio, and a yoga room. A common trait of millionaires and billionaires is being active, so I guess Mukesh decided to give his whole family the option to choose a personal fitness regimen. As we go even higher, we come to the spa and massage room. We also have a ballroom with 80% of the ceiling covered with chandeliers. Extravagant decorations if you ask me. The house also has a movie theater. Many mansions have private movie theaters, but this one has an actual movie theater that can sit 50 people at a time. Then we get to the crazy room reveal. I guess Mukesh thought normal air conditioning is too mainstream, so he got a room with artificial snowfall. That's right, a room where you can sit and play in the snow in a building in a city that has no natural snowfall. The house is crafted with Hindi influence. There is a whole floor dedicated to Hindu gods, and that's where the Ambani family comes to pray. The materials used for this floor include marble, crystal, and mother of pearl. The Ambani family also owns a domestic cricket team, and they bring the trophies they win to this floor for it to be blessed. In fact, the Ambanis are so religious that they moved into the residence 2 years late, as it was foretold that the residence can bring bad luck to Mukesh Ambani. Although, since moving in, Mukesh Ambani has gone from being the 20th richest man in the world to the 10th. This house is infamous for its controversies. The elephant in the room would be that it towers over Mumbai slums. The obvious question on people's minds would be, was it really necessary to build a house this large when the contrast between it and the surrounding area is so intense? In an article in the Times of India, an Indian news provider, they stated that the house is, in a way, reflective of how the rich are turning their faces away from the city. Moreover, the land Mukesh Ambani bought to build this house was originally an orphanage. Maybe the owners of the orphanage thought that the businessman would make it better with his money, but they were sorely mistaken. There are, of course, two sides to the coin. Many argue Mukesh Ambani has built hospitals, done charity, and has also made the internet very cheap in India with his project called JIO. Although there is little sign of him being humble, years before building this house, he has gifted his wife a $60 million Airbus for her birthday, complete with a living room, a bedroom, satellite TV, a sky bar, and a spa. So it seems that Mukesh's outrageous purchases have a history. But that's the thing with being a billionaire. No one really questions your purchases, no matter how big or unnecessary. They just marvel in awe. This has been your front row tour of the biggest house on earth. Many rooms are still unseen because, as a billionaire does, Ambani keeps it private, and only the family knows of them. It's a shame, but we will have to respect their privacy and only see what they want to show us. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and since you're already there, subscribe with notifications. Comment what rooms you would have installed if you lived in the biggest house on the planet.